YouTube, what's good, what's good, what's good? It is Saturday. Obviously, it's not Settlement Friday, but I'm gonna still go with the settlement with y'all. Anyway, right now I am in Georgia. I'm at the Morrow Yard. Yeah, we're waiting for this thing to kick off. You know what, Frank Nettie. So, yeah, I'm excited to meet other drivers, you know what I'm saying? Kick it and see what everybody's talking about. And just meet other USA drivers. So that's what's up. Alright, so here we go before we get into these numbers, because I know that's what y'all really came up here to see. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you clicking on my channel, because I know you can be anywhere else on YouTube. The fact that you chose to click on my channel, it is greatly appreciated. Alright, let's get into it. Yeah, look a little rough too. Anyway, so let's talk numbers real quick. If you watched my last week's video, I told you that this settlement this week was gonna be, it was gonna be bad. It was gonna be, yeah, and it was about what I calculated it to be. So, without further ado, the revenue to the truck last week was only just a little. If I add the fuel surcharge in there, it was a little over $2,000. After USA took their little cut, my total pay, or my net settlement, was $1,451.74. And after all the charges, truck, escrow, bobtail, after all that, and I really wasn't even trying to get no fuel that week, but I do have one fuel charge up here, and I knew my check was gonna be, well, I knew my settlement was gonna be a little short, so I really wasn't trying to have no fuel come out of this week's settlement. But apparently I did, and it wasn't much. But anyway, after all is said and done, I am left with $224. Yes. Yeah, so I said I was gonna keep it real with y'all. Alright, so how did we get to that point? How did we get to the point where we only brought home $224? Alright, so I'm gonna tell you, and this is gonna be part of where did I fuck up for the week. So where did I fuck up last week at? You know what I'm saying? So this is what happened. Monday was Memorial Day. I took that day off, you know. So as I was looking on the load board, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna take, I'm gonna leave out of here. My plan was to leave out, I think I was gonna leave out Wednesday. It wasn't gonna be Tuesday. I said I was gonna leave out on Wednesday because I saw a load that I really wanted. And actually, I was actually waiting to see if they had the load going to New Hampshire, which they usually do have the load going from like my area to New Hampshire, which pays like $3,700. But that load usually doesn't come out until, so I've noticed they usually, it gets on the board like on a Tuesday. So that's why I said I wasn't gonna take anything Tuesday, and I was planning on, if I didn't see that load Tuesday, I was gonna leave out Wednesday. So while waiting for that load, I seen a load that I was gonna take out Wednesday, but I didn't book it. I was like, all right, I know it's there. I seen it was there, and it's a pretty common load. You know what I'm saying? And it was going to be like $900, and I was going to be out. So Tuesday came, Tuesday went. They didn't put the New Hampshire load up there, so I think it was like Tuesday night I went to book the load that I said I was going to take out Wednesday, and that motherfucker was gone. And I was like, motherfucker. So they didn't have anything else leaving that was worth my while anyway. Out on Wednesday. And for the record, I thought the load board was trashed last week anyway. I thought the load board, yeah, everything that I saw, was trash. Even when I deadhead, you know, because I usually deadhead sometimes out of North Carolina, even those loads were trash. So I wasn't trying to deadhead to North Carolina just to take, you know, a load that was trash. So when the load disappeared on Wednesday, I was like, fuck. So I saw, you know, the same load leaving out Thursday morning, so I booked it. And then I was kind of stuck with that one load, and I was scrambling for a minute. So Thursday morning came, I jumped on the load board. I didn't leave until like 9 in the morning, and I saw a load that I could take Friday too as well. So yeah, so that was it. So only had 2 loads last week. I won't gonna really stress it, you know. It was like, it is what it is. So I booked, you know, those 2 loads, ran them, and then got back to the crib like Saturday, early Saturday morning. Actually, no, it was late Friday night that I got back to the crib. So yeah, so my fuck up was waiting on a load to appear on the board that eventually never appeared. So I won't do that again. What I will do is book a load, you know what I'm saying, plan out. Oh, now I was listening to Trucking with Tony. If you're not familiar with his channel, go visit him. It's Trucking with Tony. He gives out pretty good advice, you know, so I've been following him. So I was listening to Trucking with Tony, and he was like, you know, everybody does the load board different. A lot of people pre-plan out their week on the load board. I wasn't doing that, but I started doing that after I listened to his video, which makes sense, because then I won't run into any problems where even if I'm waiting for a load, if I already have my load pre-planned out for the week, at least I will have loads that are already under me that I'm gonna run. And I mean, if that load just appears, I can either just drop one of the other loads or just go ahead and run what I got. So yeah, I'm gonna start pre-planning my loads out for the week, and at least for the first 2 days, or at least I should say for the first 2 trips, you know, so I'm not stuck and bringing home $224. What are my other fuck ups for the week? If you see my the pic I took as my little cover photo for last week, yeah, so yeah, the Kingpin went over the 5th wheel. What happened was I was dropping I had dropping hook at a, you know, Dollar Tree. I dropped the trailer. I was hooking a new trailer up, and it's very easy to get into the habit of just bagging your truck and then just hooking up. That's what most people do anyway. And this actually missing the Kingpin is what almost, when I was with Warner testing out, at least with Warner, I don't know if any other companies do this, but it's a thing that can make you fail and they'll send you home. So I did the exact same thing when I was testing out, and they told me, they was like, hey, you got to get out, you know what I'm saying, you put the first 2 back wheels under the trailer, then you should get out and make sure that the trailer is not too high so you don't miss the 5th wheel. And that's what happened here. I didn't get out. I just backed the trailer up under there, and then I looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh, that trailer looks too close. And then I get out, and sure enough, damn Kingpin is way in front of the 5th wheel. So when I was at Warner and tested out, they gave me one more shot to do it, and of course I passed. But in this situation, good thing it was an empty trailer, so all I did was, a lot of people don't know how to get out of this situation. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. If you're new to trucking and you do happen to miss, you know what I'm saying, the 5th wheel with the Kingpin, especially on an empty trailer, but it works for a loaded trailer as well. You just gonna have to put more effort into it. So only thing you have to do is just crank the trailer as high as it'll go, and then tilt your 5th wheel forward. You know, I don't know if a lot of people, especially when you're new, you don't know that your 5th wheel pivots. It pivots either way, you know what I'm saying. Most of the time you see it like this, and then when the trailer hooks up, it's like this. But your fifth wheel can pivot like that. I know at least on I don't know if it does in all trucks. I assume it does. I have a 2022 Cascadia, but even when I was with Warner on my 2019 Peterbilt, it pivot, forward like that too. So what you want to do is crank your trailer all the way up, pivot your fifth wheel where it's down like that, and then you just back up so that the kingpin goes, even if it hits the fifth wheel, it's just gonna bring it back up, and then you're good. And you let the trailer down enough, and then you just hook up like normal. So that's the fix. It's don't panic. It's I did this once too when I was at Dollar General on a 40,000 pound trailer, and it took a lot of cranking that damn trailer high, but I was still able to do the same thing, so it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's not nothing you gotta panic over. Pretty easy fix. So yeah, so those were my 2 fuck ups for last week. Moving forward, yeah, I will plan out. Oh, and I just found out this morning as I was reading on the USA Facebook page that they are gonna pre-plan us out, or that we can now, instead of booking only 3 loads, that we can book up to 5 loads. So I don't know how this is gonna work. 5 loads. I feel like people are going to kind of like hoard loads, and when I mean hoard loads, I mean they're gonna book all the good loads, and then if they see something better, then they're gonna release whatever load they have. The problem with doing that is that by the time you do that, people who do pre-plan their loads, they don't see the load that you're gonna release, and you just grabbed it just because you grabbed it because it was a good load. But if you see another load, you're gonna drop that load. Yeah, I guess it's cool if it's like days out, if it's like your 5th load and you see a better paying load, and your 5th load of course is not going to drop till like the end of the week or the beginning of next week, and you switch out loads, that's fine. But if it's like your 2nd load, or it's like the next, let's say you have a Monday dropping off Tuesday, and you're picking up the next load Wednesday, and if you see another load, if it's Tuesday, and you see another load and you drop that Wednesday load, I think it causes a problem. But we're gonna see how it shakes out. Me, I don't even think I'm gonna pre-plan 5 loads. I'm just gonna pre-plan. Lately, I've pre-planned, I pre-planned my first 2 loads, and I leave that. Well, when it was 3 loads, I left that 3rd option open just in case I did see a good playing load. And I didn't book my 3rd load until after really I dropped my 1st load, and I was on the load board looking. So as for me, I don't think I'm gonna pre-plan 5 loads. I just, I don't think I'm gonna do it. To me, that's too far out. And if you book 5 loads, most likely, they have like the loads update every week. Sometimes there's loads coming up on the board every day, but for the most part, the load board updates weekly. So if you book in 5 loads, then later on in the week or going into next week, why miss out on a good load or whatever? Anyway, that's just my opinion. I don't think I'm gonna be booking or pre-planning 5 loads. At the most, I'm gonna just stick to 3 loads. Not unless I see a really, really, really good load out there, and I'll probably book 4. But anyway, yeah, so I'm looking forward to this meet and greet with everybody. I'm excited, so I'll plan on, posting a video, hopefully, getting other people on video if they want to, and yeah, I'll post that video maybe tomorrow. All right, so until next week, like, share, subscribe if you like the videos. If you don't, well, I guess I won't see you back. All right.